Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Covalent, ticker CQT against USDT. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor and you should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous Covalent technical analysis update, you should check out the top right hand corner of your video. There will be a card which you can click and it will take you to the previous update that you should check out before watching this one so that you have more context. Now, jumping into the daily chart, you see a lot of lines over here and these represent support and resistance. Well, mostly resistance at this point since we are dumping a bit with the price action. But bear with me, it's not difficult at all. So starting off with this huge yellow trend line that you can see over here, and this is the multi-month support trend line that we lost around about October 27th, and that was your kind of first little indicator that, hey, we're potentially turning bearish. And I do remember making a video just a day before this little spike over here that we got to the golden ratio. So this was like a spike of, I don't know, around about 20%. And I said that, I do expect a move to the upside once we bounce off this trend line. And that's exactly what happened. But we ended up getting rejected from the golden ratio. We went back to the trend line and we lost it. So if you watched the video, you were able to, potentially catch a 20% trade, sell off over there and buy back in lower. But, obviously not all of us are going, to have that risk, mentality, and and not all of us are going to, be that risky and, sell and try to buy back in lower. But we ended up losing this yellow support trend line, which was bearish. Now, then we got supported by this pink support trend line that is also a multi-month support trend line. And as you can see, if you look at the two pink lines, they represent a symmetrical triangle. And as you can see, we've been adhering to this triangle pretty much ever since we created it here in August. So here highlighted, you can see the bounces off of the support below and the resistance above. And the price was, winding and coiling up, and it looked like we were about to see a break to the upside because most of the projects at this point who were in a similar pattern are, have all broken out of the pattern to the upside. But here with CQT, a lot of people are at the minute annoyed with the price action, and I do understand them in a sense because this sort of reminds me of the chart on Orion Protocol, because it's so choppy, so sideways, long periods of consolidation. But I would be happy with a dip like this because it gives me an opportunity to fill my bags even more. Now you can see that essentially what we have done over here is we went all the way to this swing high over here. So as you can see, there was a candle that, peaked out over here, and that's exactly where we're sitting right now. Potentially, we can drop back down even lower. In the last videos, I did warn you that if you would start dropping, you could start dollar cost averaging. So here at $1.02, you could have bought in, and I said if you lose that, you lose the 0.236, you're free falling. I would just buy in as we go down, and we still have a target of 81.74 and we potentially can get there, and that would give us a perfect double bottom pattern. Or we can even, close the candle just above this swing low so that we create a higher low, or we create, a double bottom pattern, but not necessarily creating the perfect double bottom pattern where we bounce off the exact support level as we did over here. So there are a couple of, different scenarios. Obviously, the most bearish scenario would be if we start free falling and we lose this swing low, right? That would be bearish because we would be losing structural support. We would be losing our, effectively our uptrend, but our uptrend in terms of the swing lows. But in the swing highs, we're, creating swing, we were creating lower highs basically, which was bearish in a sense, but we were in a, symmetrical triangle. So that was giving us confidence that we were going to see a move towards the upside. Now, like I said, 81.8174 cents is what you're looking at as your, bottom. Now, you're going to be testing this pink trend line as resistance from this point. You're going to be testing $1.05 as resistance as well, and the 0.236 at $1.02 as well. So as you can see, I gave you this support line. We bounced off of it. We got, suppressed by the 20 EMA, the 55 EMA, all of those EMAs rejecting us and pushing us back down to the support line. So we got knocked down and we pretty much lost it as support. And now it's flipped to resistance. So you're going to have multiple resistance levels to break through at this time. But I do see potential upside in the coming 60 to 40 days when we see the altcoin rally, because I do still think that it is possible that we see a 90+ K Bitcoin, during November, because this is potentially the last shakeup that we're going to have, and this is your potentially last chance to buy at these low prices before we go absolutely parabolic. And obviously I do expect another bear market, maybe not as long as the previous bear markets, but I do expect a sort of bear market, because at some point, a lot of the early adopters and a lot of the guys who bought in early are going to start taking profits. We're going to see a sell-off like we saw in May, at least the one that we saw in May. It can be a bit more brutal, to be honest with you, because institutions are going to take profits. Not all of them, but some will start taking profits, and people are starting to talk about super cycles and how we're not going to have a bear market anymore. And that's the same type of mentality that people had back in 2017, back in 2013, and they were talking about these things, and they all ended up being wrong. And I think that it is a bit too early to talk about super cycles and to talk about us not having a bear market anymore, because the markets don't have the amount of money that you think the market has, because the market doesn't have $2.5 trillion. That's just the market cap. The market cap is pretty much the circulating supply multiplied by the price. So Bitcoin doesn't have $1.5 trillion in it. It's just that the price was multiplied by the circulating supply of the coins, and that's it. That doesn't show you the real amount of money. The real amount of money in crypto is pretty much twice as low as what the market cap is, in my opinion. So, a bit of a tangent there. I do apologize, but this is just a bit of a tangent. I do apologize. So, jumping back into the charts, let's jump into the daily RSI over here. So I gave you all these support lines. We lost all of them. The last support line that I have for you guys over here is at 28.54 on the RSI. This is the daily RSI. And as you can see, we had a bounce from that area, actually 2 bounces from that area before. So I do expect this to hold support. And once we start bouncing off of from there, we're going to hit our head potentially on the green trend line, break it as support, do something like this. That's where we see the move towards the upside, because we've lost the pink trend line and we've had, bounces off that trend line as support. Now it's flipped to resistance. We're going to have to break it as resistance. So if you're looking to take short-term profits, you can look for rejections off of the green trend line, off of the pink trend line, off of this yellow rectangle, potentially. And those can be your selling points without even looking at the price action. You can sell based on the RSI, okay? And, obviously, we have the green trend line above us over here. We have the pink trend line because we were in a sort of a symmetrical triangle on the RSI as well. And we've lost all the support that we could have had. And it's looking a bit bearish right now, but looking great to buy into Covalent right now. I know you guys are a bit annoyed with the price action, but trust me, you have to be patient. You have to dollar cost average, and at the end, when you take profits, let's say if you want to take profits at the 1.272 from where we are right now, that is 200% appreciation. So a 3x from where we are right now isn't that bad at all. If you're looking for the 1.618, which is sitting at $3.90, that's 312%. And I do think we're potentially getting to those numbers, at least to the 1.272. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. A bit of a tangent here. I do apologize, but those are my thoughts on the market. I think great buying opportunity. Not a lot to say at the minute. I did give you the support trend line right now, and I did give you the support on the RSI, and I did give you the last pretty much support that we have here on the daily chart based on the fib. And if we zoom in into the 4-hourly chart, you can see that we're a bit overextended from the 20 EMA over here, and we're making a lower low over here on the price action. But it seems that we potentially have started recovering. Obviously, we may do something like this. It looks like we're recovering, and we have another move towards the downside, just like we had over here. Seems like we're recovering. Bang, another move to the downside. That's potentially something that's on the table. Also, we're a bit overextended from the 20 EMA, so I would look for a touch of resistance off of the 20 EMA at least. So if you're looking to get it into the project right now and take some quick profits, then, you know, a nice 6.5% trade for you right there. So yeah, like I said, great buying opportunity right now. Stay patient, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Check me out on Twitter. Check me out in the Telegram chat. We do have a Discord server as well. All the links are down in the description. And check out the HaZeeq Crypto Club. Become a member. Get, you know, exclusive content, exclusive early low cap gem calls, and all that great stuff. What I'm buying, what I'm selling, what I'm looking at. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.